Welcome back to the channel, LayerX Bulls. The overall reach of the LayerX ecosystem is really starting to skyrocket, and some of the new clients that are getting involved with the TAIKAI product is truly insane. And I know many of you would love to see some of these names be transitioned into our beloved Bepro network. So let's discuss exactly how I believe the LayerX team is going to achieve just that. I think there's a big misunderstanding on just how exactly different aspects of the LayerX ecosystem will see adoption, because whilst the products are similar, they still solve very different problems. And the actual adoption plan, in terms of actually growing the user base and continuing to see growth in these individual products, will happen in very different ways. I know there's been quite a common question regarding the LayerX team's focus on the TAIKAI platform currently, because they see that there is a lot of new clients joining the TAIKAI platform and seeing some seriously large industry-leading projects and other organizations actually using the TAIKAI platform for the first time, as well as repeat customers returning back to the platform. And I know that many of you hold the Bepro network platform very dear to your heart, and that the Bepro tokens mean a lot to you because a lot of you have already been invested in the Bepro token for a long time. So you would like to see some of these clients also join in the Bepro network platform, which is totally understandable. Hopefully, by the end of this video, my personal understanding of how exactly this adoption cycle is going to happen will clear up any doubts that you may have in terms of client acquisition for the Bepro network platform, and why this adoption cycle may be taking a little longer than it is in the TAIKAI platform. And this video isn't totally just going to be based on my personal opinion, but I'm going to try and back it up with objective facts and comments that have been made by the actual LayerX official team members, as well as some points which I think bring authenticity to the actual business plan and adoption plan of the Bepro network platform by using LayerX's current star product, that being the TAIKAI platform. But before we dive into some of the specific points that pertain to the individual products within the LayerX ecosystem, let's first establish some fundamental facts around different products, not just in the Web3 space, but in a more traditional sense as well. I think that you would agree with me when I make the point that the adoption and the growth that you will see within an individual business or an individual product differ vastly depending on what exactly that product is looking to solve and how mature the actual sector that the business is operating within is. And in my mind, some of the biggest difference come down to two things. Firstly, we have trust, and secondly, we have the tried and tested efficiency of a product. So I'll give you an example that combines both of these two key aspects in terms of being able to onboard new businesses and users into a product. Let's say you're an up-and-coming, expanding business and you're looking to find the right product that will help solve your problem. And let's say you have the options of two separate products. Now, product A claims that it can do all of the things that you need to solve your current problem, and it may very well be capable of actually solving your business's problem, and the actual price of using the product is quite cheap. However, you will be one of the first users to actually use the product, as the product is fairly new to the space. Or you have the other option of product B, offering the same features and functionalities that product A did. However, it is already tried and trusted by industry-leading players within your given space. However, it comes in at a slightly higher price point. Which one of them are you more likely to actually choose to use for your business? Personally, and I think that you will agree with me when I say this, even though product B comes in at a bit of a higher price point and it's going to cost you more upfront, the fact that it already has established connections with industry-leading players within the space, and it is a tried and tested product within your field, you are more than likely happy to pay the premium to actually use product B. Even though product A may very well be able to solve your problem at a much cheaper price point, product B already has that trust and those tried and tested business connections. It is already a mature product within the space. Now, with that being said, once product A starts to get more and more customers using its platform, and it can grow their client base and start to expand to more and more credible businesses and expand their overall ecosystem and reach, if they kept the same price point as they did initially, then I'm sure you will start to see the amount of new clients that are starting to use product A to grow exponentially. All it would take is a few key business partners to start using the product to get the adoption and the client base really starting to expand. These first initial clients may prove tricky to get, Both product A and product B have their strengths and weaknesses. And now I think both of the stages that product A and product B are actually at in their product lifecycle apply fantastically to both of our star products within the LayerX ecosystem. Product A being more akin to Bepro network and product B being more similar to the TAIKAI product. And so let's expand a little further into this vein of thought for the Bepro network platform. Similar to how we just said in the example, this is the objective fact of the Bepro network platform. Functionality-wise, it is very, very mature and is leaps and bounds above any other competing products within the space. And the overall functionality and the different features that are available through the Bepro network platform is very, very broad. But just like product A in the example, we are lacking the massive credibility that it would get by partnering with an industry-leading player within the space. The product is more than fit for an industry-leading player, but like we stated, the more and more clients that join and actually utilize the Bepro network platform, the easier it will be to onboard new clients and users into the platform. Those first few key client acquisitions are understandably proving a little tricky to actually secure, especially considering there is hardly any other product to actually compare this to when bringing forth a proposal of a partnership between the Bepro network platform and a potential client. The actual sector of the market that the Bepro network platform positioned in, which is Web3 work, is simply not as mature as the field that the TAIKAI product is involved in. So we've established that the current biggest hurdle that the Bepro network platform is facing is client acquisition. I think now would be a good time to play some clips from the 2024 LayerX roadmap, where the team members gave some of their biggest goals that they would like to achieve in the year of 2024.
Area that we want to focus on, and it's more related with the Bepro product, is how do we keep bringing people and bringing organizations in to use the product. We still need to keep growing that user base. We want to have some synergies here with TAIKAI, in which we're able to bring the builders that we currently have on TAIKAI to also experience the Bepro network product. But on the organization side is to bring organizations to launch more tasks. And this is something that we want to keep focusing on, to keep bringing adoption. And now we believe that we have the conditions to do so, because we now have a newly revamped product. Now we have an open marketplace in which any organization can launch tests. So this will be easier for these organizations to be able to interact with us.
For Bepro, I think we have at least the pillars for the future and allow us to embrace this year more focused on the user acquisition and basically user engagement, and bring more users to the protocol, not only for solving tasks but also for the organizations. I think we are more than ready to work with partners to at least convince them to use Bepro, to also outsource them most of the work that they can be done using a different provider than the internal team.
And we do feel like we are ready to get the masses in, because the platform is ready. The core of the application is complete, and we would now start to ingress people inside.
The fact that we sometimes emphasize a little bit more TAIKAI, it's also on a strategic way, because if you think about it, if we present TAIKAI as a product that is way more mature and we capture all of these organizations that like to work with us, that trust our product, it will be much easier to then leverage them and transform this TAIKAI client into a Bepro client as well. And the objective is also to integrate even further both products, because they fit each other very nicely. So it's a more of a time game where we convince that we are a good company with good products, and perhaps TAIKAI sometimes it's the perfect opportunity for that. But then as we meet teams and they create confidence on us, we can start to moving them to Bepro as well and use both products for their initiatives. So this is a process that it's completely normal on the business world. If you work at any company, you will see this. So this is part of the strategy, because we are here for the long term. We are not quitting on any products, but we need to make things that are coherent and make sense for the other side as well.
So it is very, very clear from those clips that the team believe that the product is ready for mass adoption. But how exactly are they actually going to be able to achieve this? Like we said, the biggest hurdle is establishing that initial trust and credibility between the product and a large player within the space. Well, in comes the TAIKAI product, an already established, mature platform that has been operating within the space for over 5 years with some of the biggest enterprises and organizations in the world. And this is exactly what the TAIKAI platform is currently benefiting off right now. We are seeing countless new massive events happening on the TAIKAI platform due to partnerships between the TAIKAI platform, some of the biggest ecosystems within the Web3 space, and some giant Web2 clients as well. Using this already established trust bond that the TAIKAI platform has with some of these large clients is exactly how the LayerX team is going to convince some of their current partners to take a look at the Bepro Network platform and see just how exactly they can use it to accelerate certain areas of their businesses and ecosystems. The TAIKAI platform is just like Product B in the example. It has all of the products these companies need, as well as having those already established trust bonds with massive industry-leading players within the global markets. Not just Web3, but Web2 as well. Any new potential clients that take a look at potentially using the TAIKAI platform for their business, all it takes is one look at their past client list to know that this is both not just a professional product, but it's been tried and tested by the biggest players within the space. There's no need to doubt the credibility of the product. Let's take a look at some of the past clients that you would see listed on the TAIKAI website if you were a new business looking to see if the TAIKAI platform was right for you. Microsoft, TikTok, Pfizer, Mercedes-Benz, the European Commission, the Ethereum Foundation, Hilti, Nissan, OutSystems. You would have absolutely no doubts in your mind in terms of the actual credibility of the TAIKAI platform if you are a potential client looking to use the TAIKAI platform to help accelerate your business. And this very idea is evident when you take a look at the recent hackathons that have been actually happening within the TAIKAI platform. Just look at the size of these. $100,000, $75,000, $50,000, $10,000, $50,000, $50,000, $75,000, $20,000. These are massive, massive events, and a huge reason why the LayerX team are finding it so easy to secure these partnerships is because of the tried and tested credibility of the TAIKAI platform. The LayerX team has proven that they can make a professional product, and then they can take that professional product to market and over time grow that platform to the point where it is recognized as the industry leading product within the space. In terms of hackathons, the TAIKAI platform is the industry standard for one of the most professional products within the space. And that is exactly what the LayerX team is going to do with the Bepro Network platform. Bepro Network is still in its early stages in terms of client acquisition. The platform itself, development-wise and feature-wise, is at a very mature state. And like we said, the LayerX team has proven that they can take a product with no clients to the industry-leading product within the space, being utilized by the biggest players within the global markets. But the difference is, this time, they not only have the experience of doing it once before, they also have the credibility of the TAIKAI platform behind them. And once they get this ball rolling in terms of client acquisition for the Bepro Network platform, I think you will be very, very surprised about just how fast a product like this can really kick off. Let's give another similar example, just like we did with Product A and Product B. In this example, we'll say Product C and Product D are the same product in terms of functionality-wise, and what they are able to actually do for a business. However, is backed and pushed by a business that already has business ties and business relations with the biggest industry-leading players within the global markets. And Product D does not. This is their company's first product. If you, as a business, were to look at product C and product D, and you had to choose between which product you were going to try test out for your beloved business, which one will you choose? It is obviously product C. I think there is no questions in terms of which product you would actually choose. And it is evident from the 2024 roadmap that the team believe that this will be the key in terms of growing the adoption for the Bepro Network platform. They know that the TAIKAI platform is doing extremely, extremely well. And the best way to promote the Bepro Network platform is by using the credibility of the TAIKAI platform. They said that they want to integrate the Bepro Network platform and the TAIKAI platform in a much more meaningful way by cross-pollinating both of the products between one another. So let's give an example about how the LayerX team may try to push the Bepro Network platform through the TAIKAI platform. In the first edition of Ethereum Samba that was run through the TAIKAI platform last year, that is close to a year ago now, hosted a prize that was available for ETH Samba participant to compete for, and that prize was hosted through the Bepro Network platform. Now, fast forward a year to the second edition of Ethereum Samba, where, once again, LayerX is a co-host. Now that the Bepro Network platform has had a year of development and is very, very different since the last time the LayerX team ran a bounty through one of their hackathon events on the Bepro Network platform. Since then, we saw the transition from the very niche development style tool of development style bounties within the Bepro Network platform to a mass market working style platform where any type of online work could be done through the Bepro Network platform. The LayerX team could promote the Bepro Network platform at the second edition of Ethereum Samba, just like they did with the first edition. Now, that's not official by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just giving you an example of just exactly how the Bepro Network platform could get exposure to some of the clients that will be attending some of the TAIKAI events. And like we previously stated, all it takes is some of the first dominoes to fall in order for the rest to start falling in rapid succession in terms of client acquisition. But that is just one of the many ways that the LayerX team could cross-pollinate and market the Bepro Network platform by utilizing the credibility of the TAIKAI platform. That's not even taken into account the evolution of the TAIKAI platform with the new TAIKAI Garden. This is going to fundamentally take the LayerX ecosystem to new highs. The team have already expressed multiple times that they are going to try and embed the Bepro Network platform in an interesting way so that the users within the TAIKAI Garden will be able to easily launch their tasks through the Bepro Network platform, thus growing the potential client list. And in terms of overall interest in cryptocurrency as a whole, we're simply not at this all-time high mania phase of where everyone is looking to get involved in Web3 and trying to work within this new and emerging sector. And whilst the correlation between retail and business isn't one-to-one, I'm sure you can see the comparison that I'm trying to make here. If we take a look at the new YouTube views of some of the biggest cryptocurrency-based YouTube channels in the space, that you can see that once the interest returns to the crypto space, things really start to get crazy and everybody wants to get involved and learn about Web3 and cryptocurrency. This chart is courtesy of Benjamin Cohen and his Into the Cryptoverse product, which I am a premium user of, and I highly suggest that if you're not familiar already with Ben's channel, that you really do check it out, because he brings some of, if not the best, educational material around cryptocurrency and financial markets as a whole. His Into the Cryptoverse product is truly a very, very professional and unique product, and you should, from my endorsement, from whatever that means, should check it out for yourselves. Just think about how many more new potential users that will be looking to try and get involved within Web3 and trying to secure a job in this up-and-coming sector. What is the perfect product for exactly that? It's the Bepro Network platform. It is the future of online work that takes the traditional work online space and embeds it with Web3-based functionalities and traceability. But in the meantime, while we wait for this wider interest in Web3 to return, let's let the LayerX team do exactly what they do best, and that's develop and grow outstanding products. Personally, for me, The LayerX team has done more than enough to prove that they can grow a product's user base, and they know exactly what to do to secure partnerships with some of the biggest industry-leading players within not just the Web3 world, but the Web2 one as well. They have stated that one of their biggest goals of 2024 is to transition one of their Web2 clients into Web3 using the Bepro Network platform. And it is my firm belief that they will achieve this goal. In my mind, there's no better team to do it. The TAIKAI product is so complementary to the Bepro Network platform. And once the TAIKAI Garden is fully up and running, and we see some new projects get to a mature state using the TAIKAI Garden, the next stop is the Bepro Network platform. And that trust bond is already there with these new and already established businesses through the TAIKAI platform to then be transitioned into the Bepro Network platform. And if the LayerX team were only interested in growing the TAIKAI platform and all the focus was solely on the TAIKAI platform, then could you please give me a compelling argument to why they have allocated so many resources in developing the Bepro Network platform to what it is today? If you look at what the Bepro Network platform used to look like before the acquisition of the Bepro Network platform into the LayerX ecosystem, then the comparison speaks for itself. Just look at how much more versatile the Bepro Network platform is because of the LayerX ecosystem. Without the acquisition of the LayerX ecosystem and the growth and success that the LayerX ecosystem has seen because of the TAIKAI platform in recent times, I think the Bepro Network platform would be in a very different state, especially considering how tough the market conditions were last year. Whilst the adoption may not be happening as fast as we'd like it to for the Bepro Network platform, it only takes some key partnerships in the space in order to get this ball rolling. I believe the adoption curve for a product like Bepro Network will be truly exponential. So I think that covers the main aspects of what I believe may look like for the LayerX ecosystem, and more specifically, the Bepro Network platform. If you had any doubts that have been cleared up from this video, then I would love to hear them in the comments. And if you still have doubts, please leave them in the comments, because without a fair discussion between both sides, we cannot look to grow. And it's important that if you disagree with my opinion, that I check myself and that I consider some of these contrarian points. Because obviously, I do not have a crystal ball and I could be wrong. So please, if you have any doubts or any potential problems that you think that I may not have covered in this video, please leave them in the comments. Feedback is very important. We need to have these healthy discussions with one another to help each other grow and to help the LayerX team as well. There is strength in numbers, and the more minds, the better. If you like the content that I provide to you on this channel, and you're not already, please feel free to subscribe. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the Constar, and I'll see you in the next one, LayerX Balls.